So you're looking to buy a massage tool, but you don't know which one to get. Here are 5 things to look for in your next purchase. The first thing you want to look at is the edge of the blade or tool. For a more dialed in, sharper, fine-tuned edge, it's going to give you a little bit more leverage to penetrate deeper into the tissue. That smaller surface area is more aggressive. Now with a broader edge, you'll be a little bit more gentler, hitting a wider surface area, not penetrating as deep, which can be a lot more comfortable for clients and patients. Some tools even give you options. Some are going to have a broad edge on one side and a more sharper, fine-tuned edge on the other side. The next thing you want to consider is the surface area of the blade itself. With a larger surface area, I'm going to be able to get bigger muscle groups, such as my quadriceps and my hamstrings. This allows me with each stroke to work out the muscle more efficiently. Now with smaller muscles, such as muscles in my hands, I'm going to want something a lot smaller. Smaller surface area, I don't have to apply much pressure to penetrate deeper, and of course because of that smaller tip, I'll be able to hit smaller muscle groups. Taking into account the shape of your tool, looking at something like this with more precise points, it's going to allow a smaller surface area and allow me to penetrate deeper and more efficiently into the tissue, saving my hands and arms from having to push as hard into the tissue. Whereas something like this, where it's a more broader, flatter area, this is going to allow me to cover more surface area, scraping along that tissue to really work out any tightness in a larger muscle like those quadriceps. Now keep in mind, every edge of your tool can be used. Maybe you want to use that larger area of your tool to work out those larger muscles, but I can turn it and hit one of those smaller edges to work on something smaller like your plantar fascia muscles. Now, one thing to always keep in mind is you can even use that flat area, sticking it on the tissue itself, and you can twist or pull to mobilize that tissue. So don't think that you only have to use the blade of your tool. Now moving on to the next thing is the shape of the blade itself. If you're working on patients or clients for long durations, I want something that's comfortable in the hand. Maybe if I was doing more recreational, light work on myself and I'm not working for long, something that's not as ergonomically precise will be okay. But look for something that you can comfortably hold. This is going to allow me to want to use it more often and use it for longer periods of time, really helping reach those soft tissue goals of our patients and clients. The next thing to consider is the material of the blade itself. Look for a high quality medical grade steel. They're easy to clean and they're going to last a long time. They're going to look really good in your collection. You can use things like plastic materials, but please be careful because if that plastic were to break or crack, it could injure you or the client you're working with. Stay away from materials such as porous materials that if you're using an emollient can get in and wreak havoc. That's an easy way for bacteria to build up, and that's not safe for you or your clientele. The last thing to consider is the brand of the blade you're purchasing. Now if you go with a more reputable brand such as Rock Blades, Hawk Grips, or Graston, they'll even give you courses and access to all kinds of materials to teach you new techniques and how to use their tools. Sometimes they'll even come with a warranty, or they may come with a carrying case, a way to keep those tools safe and protected. You don't want them getting dinged up while traveling around to your clientele. So go out, get yourself a nice quality blade, and use it, not only on you, but your clients and people you're working with. Your muscles and tissue will thank you. Hey, like and subscribe.